Welcome to the Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life with Vicki Washburn. Vicki and her guests will share their journey of the golden years and how they're creating a vibrant life. Topics will include family, fun, life, love, travel, and everything Boomer. You too can have the best of your vibrant life now. We are broadcasting from Global Voice Radio every week, and now here's your host, Vicki Washburn.
Good evening, Boomers. Well, it's evening here. I guess it's afternoon when you will be listening to this. Tonight I want to talk to you about conscious language. This is something that I think everybody struggles with this, but people as they get older, it seems like they struggle with this a little bit more. And I really don't want to make a judgment about it, but I know that it can be difficult as things come up as we get older, and maybe the knees don't work quite as well, and the back doesn't feel quite as young, and life slows down and we're not moving as fast. And so we have time to think about things maybe that can cause us to worry and become anxious. And I just think that we as Boomers have reached this stage of our life where it can be hard to keep a positive mental attitude. And so one of the ways that helps us to have a better attitude and to live a more vibrant life is to have conscious language and to control our thoughts. I've been doing a coaching with a woman, and she has had us doing a lot of listening to Bob Proctor and studying Think and Grow Rich and some other books like that. And if you have never read Think and Grow Rich, I would highly recommend that you do it, because it is not just a book about getting money, which is what a lot of people think at first blush. It is really a book about living richly, living vibrantly. It's a book about telling yourself what you want and believing it and it actually happening. Now, some of you may say, oh yeah, right. But even the Bible says, speak it and it shall be so. Have the faith of a mustard seed. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The Bible also tells us to guard our words and to guard our thoughts. When we can take control over our thoughts, then we can improve our life by thinking differently, grow rich. So by thinking, controlling our thoughts, we will grow rich in all areas of our life. So one of the ways that we can do that is with conscious language. And there are simple little things that we can do. And some of this may sound silly to you, because I know we all have our quirky little sayings, but listen to people who say the same thing over and over, and then look at their life. So one of the things that my mother's husband did repeatedly was he could not complete a sentence without saying GD. I'm not even going to say what the two words are. If you don't know what GD stands for, message me. I'll explain it. I don't even want those words coming out of my mouth. But he could not complete a sentence without saying that. Now, if you say that 10 times a day, 20 times a day, 50 times a day, what do you think that's going to bring into your life? It's certainly not going to bring positivity and beauty and joy and good things and riches into your life. So that is a very prime example and a very bold example of what I'm talking about. So, you know, some people increase, you know, their peace and their joy and their vibrancy using mantras. And, you know, if you have studied Tony Robbins at all, or any of the thought leaders, even pastors like Joel Osteen and people like that, they will say things to themselves every day. Tony Robbins is a great example. He talks about being he was just starting off. He was a young kid. He didn't have hardly any money. He had a Volkswagen Bug. And if you've ever seen Tony Robbins, he is not a little guy. And just imagining him in a Volkswagen Bug is hilarious. But anyway, he would get up every day and say this mantra to himself about how he was going to help people, and through helping others, his life was going to experience abundance. I've got the words written on a piece of paper. I don't have them right in front of me. I'll be happy to share that with you also if you want to message me. Anyway, so some people use mantras that are, some people think of mantras as being things like Sanskrit words, like Satnam or something like that. I think of mantras as being a positive affirmation. That's a better way to explain it, in my opinion. That's what I use. So when you say something positive, so here's from an article that I have. Mantras are ideally said out loud and at least whispered. Sounds that have a higher vibration create a more positive energy. Higher vibration sounds like I choose, I am, rather than I try or I think. So, you know, the two most powerful words in the world are I am. So you need to be really careful what you say after I am. Those words, what follows those words can be what tears you down or builds you up. And whatever you do every day, you should speak life into your life. So one of the things, a minute ago, I said something about some of the things that were pointed out to me that a lot of us probably don't even think about. The saying like, you're killing me. You know, my ex used to say to my son all the time, you're killing me, Smalls. And, you know, you're killing me, that is not a good phrase to be using. You are drawing an energy to you that is not very life-giving. So, you know, that's just a simple little kind of weird, quirky, you probably won't agree with me, example. Another one is singing the song, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, over and over again. You know, I don't know about you, but when rap first came out, when that music would come on, the words would just feel like somebody attacking me. I could not stand to listen to it. And so the energy of those words, I could feel physically. And I don't know if you ever experienced this. But anyway, so here I want to tell you about how to do mantras or affirmations. So you want to use words like I choose, I am, not, I try, or I think, or I might. You always want to make it present tense. I am, not I will. When you do I am, it anchors you in the present moment. You don't want to say an affirmation of I will, because then it's always in the future. You never achieve it. When you say I am, it brings it into the now. So you can make that affirmation, I am just start a long I am, or it can be something simple. I am filled with joy. Period. I am filled with joy. You could say that every day. Repeat, repeat, repeat. That's the important thing. One of the main differences between a mantra and an affirmation is that mantra is traditionally repeated at least 108 times, whereas you may say an affirmation only a few times. That's why people use mala beads, so they can keep track of how many times they say something. I think that's, I don't know the history of rosary beads because I'm not Catholic, but I always just thought that the beads must have been something that helped them remember what to recite or how many times to recite it, just because of the way it's constructed. And I always found them so beautiful to just hold in my hands, and I just imagined, saying prayers, a different prayer for each bead. So not being Catholic, if I'm incorrect about that, then somebody can set me straight. Anyway, mala beads, that's why they use mala beads. Anyway, you want to find a way to work your mantra into your schedule and to do it daily, multiple times a day if you want. If you're really struggling, if you're in a really bad place, if you're dealing with a health issue, for instance, that you want to get better, or at least your management handling of whatever that is to get better, then you have to do it every day. You have to do it over and over and over again. You need to speak life. Speak life. The Bible tells us to speak life. We were created to be creators. And the Creator created life. He spoke life. He spoke everything into being. He spoke it into existence. And so when I say he spoke life, he didn't just speak us and the animals breathing, everything. He spoke everything into being. Gratitude is a big part of making that shift in your life, in learning to deal with and change things in your life. And, you know, by saying these things, I'm not saying to you that if you do this every day, the hardship or the sickness or the whatever that you have that you may be struggling with in your life is going to magically go away. What I'm saying to you is that at the very least, your ability to deal with it with a joyful heart and in a more vibrant way will get better. So, speak gratitude by saying thank you. You actually put everything into motion. I start every day with gratitude and praise. And I try to end every day with gratitude and praise. And it has made such an impact on my life. I got involved with Denise Joy Thompson, who also has a podcast in this group. And through her, got involved with a book called Living Gratitude Daily. And I think I've spoke about this before. And it is a journal and a devotional book. So you can read somebody's gratitude statement, and then you can write your own. We also have Facebook Lives that we do every day on our Facebook page. So I committed a year ago to do the Facebook Live at least one day a week. And just doing that has changed my life in ways I can't even begin to explain. It has done things to me and for me that has just made my life more joyful. So I want to give you some phrases that you can try. And these are just, you can add to these, you can string them together. Once you get going, you might be surprised what you come up with. So just to give you some examples, for happiness, I am blessed. I believe in my abilities and my strengths. I smile big even when no one is looking. I am a happy soul. Shine on. See, now, don't those just make you feel good, just saying them? For love, I love being me. Let love grow. My body is a temple rich with love and light. Love is mighty and generous. The light in me sees the light in you. For peace, let it be. Be here right now. I believe in faith. My breath is deep. My eyes are soft. I am at peace. For healing, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in peace, breathe out stress. I live well. My spirit heals me. My body functions in perfect health. My body is vibrant and strong. To overcome fear and anxiety, I am receiving energy now. The universe generously supports me. I feel the flow of light now. It's got to be better than I think. I can do this. My heart is at peace. You could recite the Psalms. Though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. For prosperity, I am limitless. I am open to what the universe has to offer. I am blessed by God. I choose to rise. I am blessed as I come, and I am blessed as I go. I deserve everything I desire. There's research that shows that your brain experiences changes when you take up a mantra practice. A Swedish study found that subjects who practice mantra-based meditation had lower levels of activity in the area of the brain called the default mode network, a sign of being distracted, compared to those who didn't exercise the mantra. Boy, I had a hard time reading that. Anyway, so I want to challenge you to really think about the things that you say so easily, that you've said so many times, they just trip off your tongue without you even thinking. I want you to think about the way that you speak to your children, or to your spouse, or to your friends, or just in general conversation. Are you speaking life into your life? Are you speaking life into their lives? I think it's important that we keep as positive of an attitude as we can at this stage in life. I think that we still have got a lot of great things to happen in our lives. I think we can still create a lot of things in our lives, and it takes a good attitude to be able to create beautiful things. And not all the beautiful things are going to be something tangible. So I hope that you can take some of these mantras or make some up of your own. There's tons of stuff on YouTube and on the internet, lots more information about how to do this. I would be happy to visit with you and help you if you want to learn more about this. You can reach out to me at My Life Redesigned on Facebook and on Instagram, or at Coach Vicki Wash on Twitter. You can reach out to me through my website, VickiWashburn.com. You can schedule an appointment there with me on the calendar, and I'd be happy to visit with you. You can also message me on Facebook. So if you have any questions about this, also just put a comment below this recording. I hope you all have a beautiful, vibrant week, and I will talk with you again.
host of The Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life. Connect with Vicki at www.globalvoiceradio.com. Tune in next week for another edition of The Boomer's Guide to a Vibrant Life on Global Voice Radio, where your message and your voices are heard.